My name is James, and this is a story about a list I was never on growing up. I learned a simple, painful truth. Some families are like meticulously built homes, while others are just random people sharing the same address. My family was definitely the latter. You're not on the list. That's what my father said. His voice was steady, almost bored, as if he were simply quoting a company policy, not speaking to his own son. I smiled, not with happiness, but from a profound sense of control. I handed him the box, beautifully wrapped in navy paper and a silver ribbon. No words, just a silent nod. Then, without a sound, I turned and walked out of my own father's retirement party. He had no idea who I had become, and that was his biggest mistake. For as long as I can recall, he made it clear I was an afterthought. My sister Lisa was his golden child. She could have burned the house to the ground, and he would have blamed me. I got silence on my birthdays, and criticism for simply breathing too loudly, but I never fought him. Instead, I studied him. I observed the way he played the part of a father. When other people were watching, the subtle, backhanded compliments he'd give in front of his colleagues, and the way his eyes would always skip over me as if I were a ghost. When I was about 17, I won a regional tech competition. He didn't show up. Didn't even ask about it. He just said, coding isn't a real skill. Try to do something that actually matters. That evening, a new resolve took root inside me. I made a promise to myself. I would matter, not to him, but to everyone else. 11 years went by. He never called. I didn't care. I was too busy building something, working quietly and with relentless focus. It started as a small tech startup in a one-bedroom apartment. Soon, another company followed. We developed a new product, then built an entire business. Now we have around 310 employees, have secured high-profile government contracts, and hold quiet board seats in rooms where men just like him plead for funding. When I heard about his retirement celebration, I had no expectation of being invited. Still, I sent a formal RSVP just to see what he would do. The response came back through his secretary. Due to venue capacity only, immediate family and close associates will be attending. Thank you for your understanding. I was his son, biologically, legally, undeniably, yet I was not on the list. Despite this, I put on a sharp navy suit and walked into that elegant hotel ballroom in Denver with the gift in my hand. Security didn't stop me. Why would they? No one would have expected the invisible sun to show his face. He saw me standing near the entrance and his eyes narrowed. You're not on the list, he said, again, barely looking up from his conversation. I handed him the box. No smile, no drama. I simply turned around and walked out just as the speeches were about to begin. I was halfway through the lobby when it happened. I heard a voice behind me. Wait, sir, hold on. It was one of the catering managers, a man in a crisp white shirt, with his name tag slightly crooked, and his tie loosened. His voice carried through the entire ballroom. That's my boss, Hayes, the CEO of Next Layer. Hayes, the one who signs my paychecks. Every head in the room swiveled, including my father's. His jaw tensed, and in that instant, the entire dynamic of the room shifted. People started murmuring. One of his colleagues stepped forward, looking completely confused. Another followed. A man I knew, someone who had tried to pitch me for a business deal a couple of months ago. He froze when our eyes met. I gave him a small nod, then turned back to the catering manager. Thanks, Robert. I appreciate the hustle. I'll see you Monday. He grinned widely. Yes, sir. I walked out, leaving them all in that stunned silence. I let the truth sink in, settling over them like a layer of ash. The gift, oh, that was the best part. It wasn't sentimental or explosive. It was a framed photograph of my father from about 3 years ago on a golf outing with a man who is now serving federal prison. Time for insider trading below the picture. A simple message, just in case you ever forget who you shook hands with. That man had once been a silent partner in my father's consulting firm. Now he was a massive liability with a very long memory. I never had to send that photo to anyone. The mere threat was enough. It's astonishing what quiet shame can accomplish. A few days later, he called. The first time in 8 years. There was no apology, just questions. What are you trying to prove? He asked. I didn't respond. Do you actually believe success makes up for disrespect? That question made me laugh out loud. The truth was simple. I didn't want his respect. I wanted his silence. This man had spent his entire life building a reputation on a facade, clean hands, expensive suits, and grand stories at dinner parties, and I shattered it with one simple walkout, one carefully chosen gift, and one employee he never even bothered to see as a person. That was the ultimate lesson. He taught me how to be invisible, so I learned to move in the shadows. And when the right time came for me to finally step into the light, I made sure that he disappeared into it. Instead, I was never on his list, but now Hayes, not on mine either.